Welcome to the wonderful world of Waikato Sheds. We're super lucky today. We're not in the Waikato, we're in the mighty Auckland. We're here with Sam McKenzie. Sam, my man.
Hey bro.
Good to see you. So we're on site up at West Auckland Refuse Centre transfer station. So we've supplied 3 kit sets as No Bull Sheds up here. And Sam McKenzie, he runs Mac Built Sheds and Shed Boss. He's building them. What's cool, Sam's been working. Well, he first built sheds with Paul and Stan. Well, Stan was probably a baby. Paul, I don't know, 18, 20 years ago?
Yeah, coming up, 19 years.
19 years. The first shed that Waikato Sheds did, Sam built it. So it's been awesome. Was our ops manager and is now running his show up here. So how long have you guys been on site so far here?
We are on day 3 here.
Yeah.
Started Tuesday, Thursday now, so got a few more portals to build, and then we've got a 20-ton crane coming in here in the morning to start standing them all up.
Awesome. So this is a 15 by 60, this shed here. So that will be 5 metre bays. What's that going to be? That's 12 bays,
yep.
So 12 portals in here. So yep. Yeah, it's pretty full on and intense. We've got some cool drone footage of it. But yeah, it's all just going together well. Any tips and tricks for when you're building the portals on the ground?
The more you can do on the ground, the better, eh?
Yeah.
We're still going to put all our screws on top, so we'll mark all our roof purlins out, all the side girts, our wind posts, mullions. Yeah, just so it makes tomorrow smooth.
That's awesome. All right, we'll be stopping back in and we're seeing the progress on these sheds. We've got some renders we'll show, but they're going to look fantastic. So it's great to be able to do some of this work, and it's actually going to be helping save the planet, you know, recovering resources and that's what we're all about here, eco warriors. So cheers to that, guys, and thanks for the update. Cheers, Sam. Bye-bye. Welcome to the wonderful world of Waikato Sheds. We're in Auckland, the sun has come out. We're here with Shane.
G'day Jace.
We're on the site with the Waitakere Refuse Centre. We've been here before, we've showed you the progress. We're working with Sam from Mac Built Sheds and Cassidy, but we're getting towards the end of this fantastic project. So it's great to come up here. We've been doing inspections on the work that's been done in our products, but we're going to take you on a full tour today. So watch through to the end of what we're going. We've got 3 different epic sheds behind us, and we're going to start with the workshop first. What's the size of this building here, Shane?
Well, this is, out of the 3, this is the smallest building. It's 15 by 20, and it's got 3.3 high by 4 metre wide roller doors. Probably the most standard shed of the 3.
Don't you love it when your smallest shed's 300 square metres? Makes you feel good in that sheddy heart.
Yeah.
So these are all wind-locked roller doors made by our mates B&D Garrador, nice and strong. We're going to go through a fire door here. City Glass have done the joinery. We're going to be shouting them out on. There's heaps of cool things they've done for us. Big 175mm box cutters. Then we've got Ribline on here from Roofing Industries. Shout out to our man Brad Dinnan. He's hooked us up with this one. Colour steel, we love it. So come on inside. All right, so inside here, there was a lot of backwards and forwards. We're going to mention him a few times. There's a main man that's driven this project, Shane Miller from the Auckland Council. Been fantastic to work with the whole way through. And their architects and then NCE, our engineers have done all of this. But what did you have to take into consideration when this workshop was getting engineered and putting it together?
Yeah, well, all 3 buildings actually, because it's on like a site where a lot of public people are going to be entering. There's going to be a lot of staff. Fire requirements is a big one, so you can see through the roof here. It's got water pipes and stuff for all that automatic fire system. That's like a huge load on the roof, especially when it gets filled up with water. So that's things that NCE are always considering. There's a lot of loadings on the roof. When we move on through to that next building, it's got solar panels. So when you look around, it kind of seems like a normal shed. You look up, there's a bit more going on the roof. That would probably be the main consideration of this building. And obviously wind lock, so we've got a bit of extra framing around the roller doors to be able to handle that, the wind loading.
And that's it. So we come in, have a look. New Zealand steel, it's on the sleeve. Beautiful, big C-sections. What do we got? These look like 330s to me here.
Yeah, it looks about that, doesn't it? Yeah.
That's it, I've seen a lot. So that's all the bracing here, strength by design. So this place is epic. You've got a couple of huge cones on the roof for extraction and ventilation in here. But yeah, it's just been done really well. Shout out to the Cassidy Construction. They've done an epic job on all the site works and the slabs here, really beautifully done. And then Sam Kale, they've done a great job here on the building.
Yeah.
This is the workshop, so this is going to be where they're going to be fixing things up. The whole point of this is reduce, reuse, recycle. We're all about that because this is a beautiful steel shed. It's designed to last for 50 plus years. And the thing is, once you're done with it, it can go to the electric arc furnace back down in Waikato at the New Zealand Steel Mill, and then it can get turned into a next shed. So that is the circle of life. Hakuna Matata. Maybe we'll cut that, maybe not. So anyway, we come through by crooning ways. So we've got this one here, as Shane pointed out, got this huge 100 mil pipe.
Yeah.
This is the fire system in here. So this is going to be filled with water, sprinkler set up.
Just ply lined, like what you'd expect to see in a workshop. You know, they can screw things to the wall. It's pretty basic, but it does the job.
Does the job.
Does the job.
So we come through this, all this concrete in that. Shout out to the concreters. The level of expertise you have to do to get the fulls right and do this is extreme. So concrete crews, if you ever get to see this, I appreciate your work.
You look across, it's just contoured, right? It's all so water. It's designed so that water can flow to all the right places. It's very impressive.
Just like we appreciate a clay sculpture, I appreciate a concrete sculpture. So then we come into here, and this one, we consider it the sales building.
This is the shop building.
The shop building. I'm always slightly
Gets confusing
confused
with these three buildings. This is the shop. Yeah.
One shop, one workshop, one sales building. All right, 15 by 60, 900 square meters. This one is excellent. Once again, once it was engineered by NCE, that's taken into account the huge loading that you've got of all these fire systems and then all of the solar panels on the roof. What I like, and Shane Miller's been working and doing this in conjunction with the rest of his team, is you got this reduce, reuse, recycle theme going on. So you got all of this timber in here that they've created, all their breakout office spaces.
Yeah.
Behind us, we've got the toilets, showers.
Yeah.
Got this old joinery in it here, and it just looks really sharp.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting this fit up, but I love it. I think it's wicked. Got a wine sales sign here, so
That's it. It's Tuesday morning. I'm already getting thirsty. So we come on through. Nice ply line.
See, upcycled timber. It's so cool.
Yeah, rough sawn. It's cool, and it's been done. Then you pop outside here. Another city glass door. We come in here, we've got a little bit of a lean-to shelter over here, nicely designed. Our man Lout from Piedmont, Morrinsville made these, so we got these SHS posts set up. So they're great, just great to see all our friends been contributing into it.
Making sure our Waikato suppliers are still contributing to an Auckland shed, right?
That's it, we've got that money flow going around and around. Got all these huge ventilation shafts. You can see the level of detailing that Sam and the guys have done with the flashing work here. I really like the red here, Pioneer Red. We've had some discussions with it. Windsor Grey on the joinery and the cladding. I think it looks very cool. It's got that old school barn feel to it. Who knows, maybe that is reminiscent of the old wineries of West Auckland. I don't know, I'm getting creative. I'm singing. All right, let's continue on our merry way. So inside here, we're just great example of our clear span portal frame technology. It's great.
I love looking down like this. Sorry to interrupt, Jace. Like, just looking down to see a line of portals. It just, I don't know, something about it looks wicked.
It does look
nice
wicked.
And long. It's cool.
Just epic, and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
So we'll cruise on through in here. Big ventilation shafts in there. Make sure that you're going to be getting out all the condensation, all the smells, everything's like that in here. You can see some of the leftover material from the fire design, so just the thickness of the steel and the gauge in here.
Yeah, and looking through this through the roof, you may think, oh, it doesn't really seem like that much piping. But you think about when that's all filled with water, you can imagine that's a lot of weight pulling down on that roof, so you can see why they've had to beef it up in certain ways. You've got some biggish knee braces, which I'm sure is contributing to a lot of that taking the load.
That's it, eh? You got some weight, and this is just in the little one here. So
yeah, thick walls.
Nice, thick, looking good.
So yeah, this is obviously, it looks like another quite plain shed. It's got an awning off the end, which we'll check out, which is sort of added to a bit more detail. But I imagine this is the shop, so it'll be filled with upcycled products that people can buy.
They're actually going to be building a cafeteria in here. So this has been like, this is full noise situation. Workshops, upcycling, art centres, place for it. So there's going to be the cafeteria here, a little bit of Shane G in the corner, a little bit of a shortboard in there.
Yeah.
That's it. Get out to Piha, maybe, you know.
Hey, I'm heading away on an annual surf trip this weekend, so you know, I can chuck that on the roof. It'll be, give it a whirl.
Little classic, little thruster there. Bit
hey,
small
Jason
for
knows.
me, but you know.
Terminology.
You know, there we go.
Yeah.
Some of the Grom will be onto that. So we come through onto this. Phenomenal work from the concreters. You got all these levels. It's all changing. We've got the grates in here. Now this is actually a really complex part of the engineering. Talk me through it, Shane. What's going on?
It looks simple, but it's not. It's so you've got an angled roof, but then it's kind of an angle on the front, so it makes the gutter line fall away. But then you also needed the gutter to be plumb, so we needed some kind of tricky little brackets, and I had some trouble getting someone to draw them up for me, so I called on my old man, Ian. He's a bit of a whiz on SolidWorks, so he sort of built up a bit of a model and whacked out these drawings for these brackets, and I flicked them onto Marshall Profiling, and here we are. So I think they were a bit of a success. I think Sam still needed to give them a little bit of
love
persuasion.
Yeah.
But essentially they were exactly what he needed. So thanks to Dad for coming to the party.
That's it. Always shout out to all the dads out there looking after us still. Once again, cool joinery, bifold this time. So this will open up, bit of a servery area.
Serving coffees out the windows.
Coffee shop looking good. Then we're going to turn around and it just gets more epic, doesn't it? We've got these joinery here, and you can see up on this angle, the lean-to of this roof actually overhangs onto the other roof. We've got it all braced up from the strength. So this is people can drive through, unload their goods. It can get sorted through and moved to the shop or vice versa. It's looking great on this cladding option. You've got these fulls going on here. You've got a block wall going in. You've got the posts recessed into the ground.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Oh, just to have a dry, sheltered area that people can work in and unload. It just, you know, we're entering New Zealand winter, so having a nice dry area is definitely valuable, isn't it?
That's it. Let's come through and check out what else we've got going on in here. Bit of concrete cuttings getting done, so it's been looked after. Colour steel cladding, looking sharp. You can see the cable trays situations that we've got going on in here. Huge amounts more for all the fire design that's got to be held into here. All the different strength by design and bracing that's working.
We've got some bracing up there to try and hold that little wall up the top solid. It's obviously going to get smashed with a lot of wind.
There we go. One of the myths, the legend, Kale striding down. That's might be winter for an Aucklander, but that's a hard Hawke's Bay, man. So the stubbies are looking good.
It's looking very close. We've got some reed bracing there, trying to hold all this sort of open area in place.
NCE designed and spec'd that into that, so that we're holding it into that.
Yep.
Huge concrete cutter in here. And so the final flashing work is coming in together now. So we've got the flashings here. Guys are working on it. Corner roller door flashings and that.
Now we're entering the sales building. This is probably the one that was the most out of the box, right? Got this weird angled wall.
That's it. So to allow for the best use of the site, let's be honest, Shane Miller, thank you. You pushed us to our limits. When I questioned the engineering going, we want angled walls, we're like, all right, let's do it. All right, so NCE, they designed it, engineered it. Shane made those plans come to life in terms of the products. Then Sam and the Mac Built team, they've made it come to life on site. So let's have a look at what we've got going on in here.
Yeah, it was. There was some detail we could get off the plans, but there was just some things that we just needed to do a site measure on. So Yeah, these particularly the ones at the very top holding that eve purl in had to get a measurement on site and get them made up by our good mate Lout at Pedmac. So good on you, Lout, yet again.
Looking out for us, you can see the difference in the detail on the wall with the level of girts there to take the wind loading on it. So the whole thing is designed for a high level of strength, a high level of longevity in that in here as well. So Thermocraft Kingspan, we've got Watergate Plus all wrapped up there on the walls. All right, we just appeared here.
Oh, here we go.
Check out the level of the fire system here. So this is all these controllers. It's running it in. I'd have to refer it to KJ to find out exactly what's happening. But it looks impressive.
Yeah, there's a bit more going on in that room there.
It's a more rough sawn timber. It's a very cool way of doing it. And then inside we've got this fire controllers and pumps going on. Here it is.
Oh yeah, a bit of a glass bit that the firefighters would break and hook on their hoses too, by the look.
Yeah, that's it. City glass, well done. That looks very cool.
Yeah, but definitely a new experience for us. Like obviously being involved in such a big project with Cassidy Construction and Sam and just all sorts of other people coming in and out of the site. So, you know, being involved in a project like this has been a new experience, but all in all, I feel like it's been very positive. Yeah,
it's been very positive and keen to work with the guys, do some more future projects. So that's it. I mean, we're here to help and support people's dreams and turn them into shed reality. Whether that's a double garage for you, whether that's a batch, a shed house, whether it's a ginormous refuse centre to reduce, reuse and recycle, we're here to help because we just want to turn those plans into reality. And it's great having the relationships with great engineers throughout it and great builders and great suppliers that are all here to make it happen. So yeah, well done to everybody involved in this process so far. It's been a lot of hard mahi and it's been a real impressive site. So any questions on anything that's gone on in this process, feel free to hit us up below and we're always happy to answer it. But otherwise, well done so far and I can't wait to see the finished product.
Welcome to the wonderful world of Waikato Sheds. We're up here in West Auckland at the new Reuse, Reduce, Recycle Centre. We've supplied 3 buildings as kit sets for them. Come with me and we'll take a tour around and have a look at the awesome work they're doing here. Let's go. Cool, so we've jumped out of the ute now and we're just gonna have a little wander around and have a look at some of the awesome stuff that we've got going on here. So this big covered lean-to's really fantastic. So when people are dropping and picking up stuff, they can do it all dry and then they've got a big car park out there. Beautiful big garage doors. We're looking at a Pioneer red on here, which is really nice colour, your traditional shed colour. So that's looking really sharp there on that. So something a bit different from our normal sheds, but this is a bit of cross bracing built into these legs that we've got in there, just to give that a little bit of extra stability. So that's fantastic. All been plumbed up this with a big fire irrigation like watering system in case there was ever a fire. So safety first, so that's really awesome to see that. And yeah, so a big project like this takes a long time to get everything set up and done. But like this, all wheelchair friendly, awesome city glass joinery. You open that up and you're straight into this huge room, and they've already started to fill it up with lots of different treasures in there, so people are going to be able to come and buy and sell goods. Like, look at this thing here. Somebody hadn't wanted it anymore and passed it on. It's a little monkey. Meow, meow. Stand him back up. There you go, mate. Beautiful little set of drawer chest thing there. This is another awesome PA door. It's one that I'm really like the look of here. Oh God. With your glass and then a solid bottom. So nice and safe, but still lets light in. You can still have a peek through there, see all the shelving they're setting up to be able to get all those donated goods and set them up, because some of it will probably go to the shop to be sold, but also some of it might be going to city missions and other charitable causes that need all that good stuff. So something we don't see on a lot of our buildings, but it is really smart, is they've built in this edge fall protection up the top. so that when people are getting up there to clean the roof, service air conditioning machines, run power, all of that sort of stuff, there's built-in safety, so that's really awesome to see. Here they've actually built in a drainage grill system all round it as well, which is really smart, keeps a lot safer. Got a nice little office in that door. Through here, just another PA door, but if we come down here, through here is a couple of different bathrooms as well, so we're taking care of all that consenting and getting all of that done for it. Wheelchair accessible, which is really cool to see, and then out the back here is the workshop, so that's really good. So we're in one of the buildings here, so the setup's going to be, you're going to be able to drive through, drop it off, and then the end white shed, they're going to be sorting through all the stuff. And then this side's going to sort of be more your building material side, downpipes, screws, tin, all of that. And then the shop on the other side's going to be bric-a-brac, which is, you know, your plates and cups and sets of drawers and things like that. So they're going to have two shops running plus a sorting facility running, so absolutely fantastic to have all of this stuff being able to be rehomed and reused. So this is a big gable. When you stand in here it feels like it's off centre, but that's because the other side of this gable continues through and makes that covered area that you have to be able to unload everything. So obviously when it's all running, they've got several different roller doors they're going to be able to have up everywhere to be able to have really good flow and access, so people might pull in and drop stuff off here or go around and drop stuff off. So at the moment they're getting commercial racks all installed, which is really cool. So they've gotten a deal on these and they're going to have them all set up so that they can just have heaps of different stuff stacked up, whether that's tiles or nuts and bolts, screws, all the sorts of different stuff. So as we were talking about earlier, it's got a full sprinkler system in this, and this little weatherboard area here has got part of the sprinkler pump house in it, and then you've got all these big units taking all the water the whole way round to make it really safe. We've installed a heap of whirlybirds on this one to suck out that hot air and circulate it back through. They've had it all wired up. A lot of clear lights as well, which in this building work really well to let a lot of light in. And then in between the clear lights, you can't see it obviously from here, but they've put solar panels on everything. So just a real eco-friendly and you know, cool thing. One of the really unique bits of this build was, because we're on quite a tight little bit of land, this shed has got an angled wall on it. So instead of two straight walls like a normal gable, we've put an angled wall on it. And so that took a bit of engineering and designing, but it works well so that they have a lot of room to drive around and still. So that's, you know, like we say, anything, we can do anything, we can work through any problems you might have with your land and make a shed work. We're not just into building basic kit sets, we're into building and designing everything. Although in saying that these are kit sets, but you know, we designed through it all and supplied these. So yeah, it's fantastic. All these beautiful knee braces in here. Two sort of different angles on these knee braces because of how this wall has got that extension out on it to create the covered pathway. So yeah, it's awesome seeing all this. I can't wait to come back and have a look through this all when it's all finished, and yeah, have a look at all the goodies. All automatic roller doors, so that's an awesome feature. Big wind lock channels on all of these, so they're built really strong to handle all that wind and everything else. So yeah, as you come through, you see the portals extending through, and then we've got these big bits of steel here holding it up, and that roof runs over the top of the other roof, so you have this really nice corridor that's super well sealed from the elements. So looking real sharp with all the different colours they've used and how everything's working. We've got a man here on a forklift, so we'll jump out of his way and let him come through. bollards everywhere. This is really smart. So when people are backing trailers and trucks in, they're going to protect the side of the door and the rollers on all the doors. So that's really smart thinking by them. We're walking through this covered area now. So just fantastic, have all these cars be able to pull up, and load zone, drop off zone and all of that, and obviously then all the parking around the front. So obviously they'll be able to have this door open and have both shops running at the same time, and then have different loadings and things going on all at once, which is really cool. And then we come inside, and the crew here has been really busy starting to deck out the inside of this shop. So you're going to come in and they're going to have all the awesome, often new and used stuff at these sort of places. Some people just go into the dump and then they realise that they can recycle this and it can have a new home, and other people just like to bring their stuff here sort of like it's an op shop. It gives it a second life and puts money back into the community. So it's really awesome, really loving the feel of it, how they've plywooded the walls, and then they're making all these different cool spaces. Like over here, one of my favourite spaces always to have a look at will be the tools. So they're going to have tools, they're going to have an area with books, an area with bric-a-brac like cups and saucers and all of that awesome sort of stuff. Same in here, we've put heaps of whirlybirds in, and they're sucking all that hot air out and letting it go. Also a lot of clear light panels to let in all that beautiful natural light, but also big down lights to let in, to light it up when it's a bit dark through winter. So yeah, they're making some pretty cool stuff here, like this old telephone post setup with the big old, this wheel like heart tea tree, no not tea tree, Remu or something like that, and these made in New Zealand. Just really cool seeing all this sort of upcycling that they're doing here and giving it that really nice feel. And that's with a big structure like this, you're able to do anything like that. So through the big roller door at the front, it goes into a covered area there that they'll be able to have more stuff. That may actually be the entry, because there's going to be so much going on here. Some people are just going to park out the front and walk through to the shop. Other people are going to drive around the back and drop things off. So you're going to have lots of different stuff going on. And they've really started to think about that and design it to be just how they want it. This here is fantastic, big old bit of tree that they're making it look sort of like it's got mushrooms growing out of it. Oh, like this, just so much awesome stuff. Old chests that they've built shelves into, so they'll be able to store and show off all the different things they have here. So yeah, absolutely amazing seeing this all come together, and just the sheer size of it is pretty fantastic. I know there'll be a lot of people that are going to want to be coming out here and getting the goodies. They're hoping around April for a grand opening, but we'll keep you posted on that. What more can I say? New Zealand steel, built to last. We give all our sheds, I believe, a 50-year guarantee. And New Zealand steel, it's built to stand our harsh environment and really last, and built strong so you can have these big clear span sheds that you can do so much in. Here we are, they've built in a little office into this side, which is really cool. And that's a cool thing, once you've got the clear span, structurally you can sort of just build little rooms within it really easily. And they've used old timber, and that's what it's all about here, upcycling all this old material into new stuff. So really loving that, and the artwork behind us going in. It's such a cool community space to be able to show off. Then this will, I imagine, be sort of closed off possibly to the public, and it's more storage room where they'll be able to bring goodies forward to then put into the shop, but it's an area where they can sort things and work through it all. So yeah, that's really cool. Another little wine sales, get myself a bottle. Just another little upcycled room here, a bit of a staff room for the staff. So they've got the coffee machine and all of that, and we've actually built a little cover out over there as well for them so they can pop outside, get a bit of fresh air which is really good. We'll have a walk through, check out these bathrooms, and then check out the last shed out the back before we get going home. Look at this is pretty cool. Concrete trowel, and that opens up the door. It's a cool bit of upcycling there. So then, what have we got here? Toilet for everybody. Nice big door, nice and easy to get into. And then just 2 more toilets with a bit of cool upcycled art and wood on there, all round there. So obviously when we're dealing with these sorts of builds, we can take care of all of that, the planning, the consents, and then the builds. So yeah, absolutely awesome. Nice big wide garage door here, so they're going to be able to back in here, drop off all the materials that they're selling at the shop, because these sort of shops can get pretty busy with people coming and going all the time and just selling a lot of product, and yeah, that's really awesome. So this will be the area where they sort through all of the goods that are getting dropped off. They'll price them and they'll decide which shop they go to, whether it's the bric-a-brac or it's the more DIY side. And then also they'll probably have an area where people might come and help fix up a lawnmower and just fix up things before it goes up for sale. So just another big, beautiful, clear, straight gable here. Obviously at the moment they've got a lot of the materials and that they're using and making to deck out their shop. So already it's getting a lot of use. And as you can see, with it being so big, they're able to store a lot and work around really easily and safely, and crack open a few doors, get a nice breeze going through in here as well. So that's really cool. So we've actually put a couple of whirlybirds in this one as well. They must be a bit of a different style to the other ones. They've been boxed out differently. But yeah, really good. Just having the ability to be able to drive straight through if they wanted to be able to reverse a trailer in if they need to. They've really thought it through, that it's just made it as easy as possible to do as much as possible in this. So yeah, really proud of that. So yeah, if you're out West Auckland or you're coming through, definitely once this opens up, come and check it out. It's an absolutely awesome project. We're really proud to have been a part of it, supplying the kit sets. So yeah, great sheds done right.